Jihadist train planned U.S. attack for Mexican border state of Nuevo Leon. This is coming out of Judicial Watch on January 4th. This article has not gained much traction, but I find it very pertinent to share it with you guys because in the wake that the inauguration is a week away, I feel that something may go off. And, I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people out there talking about how the left are going to plan some sort of disruption at the inauguration or before that to keep Trump from taking office. So this is just one article that could possibly, be evidence of that. So basically it goes on to talk about how a jihadi cartel alliance in the Mexican state of Nuevo Leon is collaborating to carry out attacks in American cities and ports of entry along the southern border, according to intelligence obtained by Judicial Watch from confidential U.S. and Mexican law enforcement sources. An internal report obtained by Judicial Watch confirms that Islamic terrorists have, quote, people along the border, principally in Tijuana, Chihuahua, Nuevo Leon, and other cities in Mexico. And cartel informants tell law enforcement contacts that they are only waiting for the order and the times to carry out a simultaneous attack in different ports of entry or cities of the United States of America. Drug cartels have a working agreement with Islamic terrorists, according to a high-ranking Mexican police administrator, who said the men from the Middle East arrive regularly into the country to train jihadists. So we got to keep our eye on this, guys. They could easily pull off some sort of false flag attack, multiple simultaneous attacks like they're talking about in cities across the country to lock down the country, keep Obama in office, and keep Trump from taking the presidency. So this is out of Judicial Watch, not a conspiracy site whatsoever. They're very reputable, using the Freedom of Information Act to basically get pertinent pieces of information from the government out to the population. So I will leave this article for you guys to read. We've also got anarchists are hoping to turn Donald Trump's inauguration on January 20th into one of the biggest riots in history. Goes on to talk about how radical leftists are planning to make the inauguration the most chaotic in history. Their stated goal is to disrupt the inauguration and planning a wide range of actions to achieve that stated goal, basically using terms such as civil resistance, civil disobedience, and talking about jumping barricades, throwing projectiles, and citywide paralysis. So clearly we've got about 900,000 people who are going to be showing up to this inauguration next week on both sides, the left trying to disrupt it, the right, along with bikers and other patriots there to keep the left from disrupting it and making things go smoothly so that there can be a smooth transition from Trump taking office. But only time will tell, guys. Obviously, it's going to be one of the most important weeks in U.S. history. And at the same time, we've obviously got stuff going on geopolitically with the NATO and the U.S. Continuing to slam Russia for their supposed DNC hack of the elections, still providing absolutely zero proof on that count. And in the meantime, we have now got Russia putting S-400 missile defense systems outside of Moscow, while the U.S. has just sent over about 4,000 troops going from Germany into Poland with about 1,500 pieces of hardware, including Abrams tanks and other pieces of military equipment on Russia's border. And now Russia is obviously responding in kind with their deadly S-400 missile systems, not only taking combat duty outside of Moscow, but they're also in Crimea as well. So as this article from RT shows, so they are getting ready to combat any sort of aggression from NATO. Things are heating up like crazy over there with this deployment. I mean, this would basically be like us putting, missile defense systems in Washington, D.C. all around the city in preparation for some sort of imminent attack. So let's see. We've also got coming out of RT, obviously, this is one more article. I'll just show you the headline. I'll leave the link for the article, but it's talking about how the troops that are being positioned outside of Poland pose a threat. Sorry, my computer is running really, really slow right now. Really, really irritating. Come on. All right, I'll just skip that for now. So we've got, here it is, U.S. tanks and soldiers in Poland pose threat to Russia out of the Kremlin. We've also got the UN warning of imminent danger of escalation in Syria, so things aren't over in Syria right now. We've got the vote in Paris for the summit to talk about the division of the possible division into a two-state solution into Syria, into Israel and Palestine. In the meantime, Israel just attacked the Syrian airport, and Syria is vowing retaliation against that. That could have been a planned attack. So we've got imminent danger of all these imminent words of imminent coming out of the news. We've also got imminent articles coming out talking about how there's imminent danger from cyber attacks on the U.S. grid. This just came out the other day. And then we've also got BBC coming out talking about how there was the power grid attacks that were done in Ukraine. There were 2 of them in the past couple of months. Were indeed cyber attacks that attacked the grid. They're not completely pointing the finger at Russia, but they are saying how Russia had been conducting hundreds of cyber attacks against Ukraine. So could this be some sort of test run for a grid down scenario, false flag attack in America? This is a very, very real possibility that has been talked about for quite a long time. So we got to keep our eyes on that, guys. Other than that, I think that's about all I got. Like I said, this is most likely going to be the last video that I do. Just because I told myself, and I made a deal with my friends, my family, and myself, that if nothing happens from now until January 20th, by January 20th, that I'm going to sort of just back off of this and get on with my life, because I feel that I have hopes that Trump is the real deal. He's going to basically veto everything that Obama's done. He's going to call back all the troops from the Russian border and start to mend ties with Russia. And like I said, hopefully he will be what America has been craving and has been begging for the last 8 years since Obama took office, and has been destroying this country and taking away our freedoms and signing executive order after executive order, and basically destroying this country, ripping apart the Constitution on a daily basis. We need someone like Trump in there. I'm not saying he's the best pick. He doesn't have any experience, but he does seem to be anti-globalist, anti-globalization, anti-New World Order. So only time will tell, guys. I will see you guys hopefully on January 21st without incident, without any sort of false flag attacks or riots or martial law taking place. We can only hope for the best and stay on top of this and keep our eyes open. And that's all I got, guys. Best of luck. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care.